Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zhong. I'm back, and another interview for you guys for the upcoming fight card, August 28th at the heart of San Francisco, Kezar Pavilion. We're having Zhong Cage Fighting Series #1 going down in the history. Right next to me, we have Ricky Abdelaziz.
That's good.
Correct?
That's good.
All right, I got it down right. My English is not too bad today, so we got it down. So now, Ricky, let's talk a little bit about you.
Yes,
Where have you been up to? I haven't talked to you for a few years, and the last fight you fought in Bellator, it was 2-3 years ago, right?
Yeah, 3 years ago. Wow.
3 years ago. So what's going on? Let's tune in all the fight fans out there. What's up?
First of all, glad everyone's safe and we're out of this pandemic almost. But I've been working. The whole pandemic I've been working. Past 3 years I kind of stepped away from the fight scene. We have a lot of up and coming fighters coming from our gym. So I kind of stepped away. One, because I'm tired of cutting weight and fat. I want to be fat. But I came back because after this pandemic, I got bored.
The itch is there.
I got bored. I got real fat. So I was like, you know what? If I take a fight, I can lose weight. So it's like a win-win. And also, I love martial arts.
Yeah. So let's rewind a little bit. You have a very active amateur career. I remember, and then you turn pro at the Bellator big stage. You take that loss. Like, I didn't even see that fight. What happened at that fight?
So that fight, it was a good show, obviously, but I was supposed to be one of the first prelim fights, and then they pushed it back because of the TV situation and pay-per-view and all that.
Become the postlim.
Oh yeah, so then I became the last fight. So I went from being like, I think maybe the 8th or 9th fight to being like the 16th fight, something like that. But I was the last one. Nonetheless, it was still fun. I had all my family and friends there. That fight, not a lot of people know, but I actually broke 4 bones in my foot after the first round. Laird is the guy that I fought, but he did a really good check. He posted out. I just happened to hit it at the same time. I kicked his knee, and so I was kind of dealing with that throughout the next 2 rounds. Not an excuse of why I lost. It was an amazing show, but that's kind of what was going through my head mentally. So I was thinking, like, how do I throw punches, not put weight on my foot? So when I saw Connor break his ankle, I was like, damn. It sucks, it hurts, but you got to kind of push through it. So.
Yeah, well, Connor's to the point where he can't push through it. The whole thing is just backwards, dangling around. Pretty iffy, So now, what do you see yourself? I know you're making a comeback after 3 years layoff, making a comeback. What do you see yourself from here on? You want to keep, stay busy and trying to fight your way into the big league again, or trying to make a run on your pro career? What are you trying to achieve here?
Yeah, I'm back. I took a break. I went through a lot of personal issues and situations. I grew a lot from it, and part of me celebrating like that situation, how I overcame it, I'm kind of rewarding myself by stepping back into the cage. The cage is my passion. It's where I love to be. It's where I feel free. So after going through what I went through, I was like, you know what? I want to reward myself with pulling a fight. I'm going to fight, and now that I'm back in it and training, I don't think I'm going to leave it for a while.
That's pretty good. Now, I noticed you always fight at 145 pounds. In your amateur day, in your pro debut, now you're moving up to 155 pounds.
Yeah.
So do you ever think about, like, this is the one and done, or you're going to stay at the 155 from now on?
No. Obviously 155 because I put on a lot of weight during COVID. Since it's my first fight back as well, after 3 years, I didn't want to jump the gun too hard. So I was like, you know what, let me kind of introduce myself back into it at a weight class that's a little bit more achievable. And eventually, I'm going to go back down to 145. That's where I felt the most comfortable, the fastest. Mm-hmm. But this being my first fight back, I said, like, hey, let's just test the waters out and see what happens.
Now, you're fighting Jacob Ucaro.
Mm-hmm.
He's also fighting 145 pounds and coming up a different weight class, of probably doing the COVID and also kind of running into the same issue and then gaining a little bit of extra weight. So you're fighting on a different, both you guys fighting on a weight class where you normally fight. What do you think of Jacob Ucaro as a fighter?
I never personally met the guy, never seen the guy, I've never watched videos on him. He's a cool name, I'm gonna give him that. But I do know that he comes from a really, really respectable gym, Smash Gyms. I have a few friends that actually fight out of that gym, so I know that he's not gonna be just some guy on the streets. I know he's gonna push me, he's gonna push the pace, just according to what his gym's tactics are, and also what they stand for. Like, I've seen their guys fight, and they just go. So I'm training as hard as I can. I'm expecting Smash Gym's going to deliver a really good fighter, and I don't expect anything less. Can't wait.
How do you see this fight is going down? Like in a perfect scenario from your angle, how do you like to see the fight go down?
In my angle is, say once we touch gloves, the goal is to throw punches and kicks. You know, I'm going to try my best to land all of them. I'm just going to go out there and perform. I'm not training. I don't watch his videos. I don't watch any fighters' videos. I train according to how I fight, what makes me comfortable. And the part of me fighting is not to beat a certain or specific person, but it's to test what I've been working on. It's to test me as a person. And, you know, Jacob is just, you know, he's just, I guess, a test you could say that's going to be put in front of me. You know, nothing personal against him or his gym. It's just, he's going to have fun, we're going to have fun, and you'll see what happens afterwards.
So now, after this 3 years gone by, for the last 3 years, what do you have? What do you think you improved the most from your MMA game? Or striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu? What do you think you improved the most after the last 3 years passing by?
That's a good question. My perspective, my maturity level. I wouldn't say my striking got better, my kicking, my wrestling, I wouldn't say got better. But my perspective first on life and how I kind of portray myself to be, I understand the game a little bit differently, became more patient over these past 3 years with just situations. And yeah, it's just, I know my maturity level, my mindset especially is completely different from any time I've ever fought. I've never fought with such a clear mind before, even during my amateur years. So I'm excited to kind of see, you know, how everything plays out.
I think also it will help because a lot of fighters take a couple years lay off during this whole pandemic. They can let the injuries heal, they let the bodies recovery. And I noticed you're not the only guy actually on this upcoming fight card. We have probably like half the fighter actually fighting the weight classes like one weight class up, instead of fighting the original weight class. Like I kind of asked myself, like, what, damn, almost everybody is like a 35 now, they're 45, 45 now, they're 55, 170 now, they're 185, you know. So I think it's not, you know, I think because the pandemic, people stay home and lack of, you know, basically there's no action. In California, literally no action. This will be the first show open back up in Northern California. So a lot of fighters like, you know what, let's fucking do this. Some of the guys, like, a lot of OGs retired.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I
Like,
I've seen that. Yeah,
I know a lot of people like that I reach out to that they're fighting like 2-3 years ago. Now they're like, no, I might get back in later on. Like that's why this upcoming fight card, there's a lot of guys that have a really small record in the first half of the pro card. 1-0 debut, 0-1, 1-1. Like a lot of up and comers fighting on this card. So it's very interesting because most fighters taking a 2-year layoff. Like my main event was supposed to fight on my last show right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
I have 2 or 3 matchups that actually supposed to fight a year and a half ago, but now they didn't fight, didn't get to fight. Now they're gonna fight a year and a half later. So I'm very curious about doing this whole pandemic, how the preparation goes on with all the individual fighters. You know, this is gonna be a very good challenge to watching on that day. Now, Ricky, let's say if people want to get a hold of you to get tickets from watching you fight, how can people contact you?
You guys can go to my Instagram. It's going to be Ricky_Abdelaziz. You gotta Google it. Abdelaziz. You'll see it. Abdelaziz. So Ricky_Abdelaziz. Or you can go to my Facebook. It's Ricky Abdelaziz. Or you can stop by Combat Fitness in Concord. I'm going to have some tickets as well throughout other gyms that I cross-train at. Follow me on Instagram first, and I'll disclose all those other informations afterwards.
Now, any special loved one, training partners, coaches, sponsors do you want to shout out to for this upcoming fight?
I want to do a lot of shout outs actually. First of all, my nutritional sponsorship is Max Muscle in Walnut Creek with Kenny.
Nice shirt.
They've been backing us up and our gym up and pretty much the whole, Walnut Creek Bay Area fighters for years. Ever since I started, they've been helping me out. So big shout out to Max Muscle in Walnut Creek. Also, obviously my gym, Combat Fitness, Team Satsui, Gil Castillo. My guys in Sassoon, Train for Life, Nobody MMA. Also you, Caesar, good luck. He's fighting on the same card as us. Dave Terrell in Santa Rosa. He's the best jiu-jitsu academy, I would say, in the United States. Sorry, but he is. Big shout out also to Vallejo's gym, Bobby Serrano. It's Team Serrano at, I believe it's Island Bred MMA or martial arts. Their addition to my camp has been tremendous. It's, just taking it back to my roots. So big shout out to that gym as well. Also, huge shout out to my conditioning coach, Mike Neal with Real Neal Sports. He's based out of Martinez at power endurance in Martinez, but he's taken me and Caesar and stepped our game up tremendously. Pretty much pushed our body's limits to what I didn't even think was possible. So thanks, Mike, at Real Neil Sports, and loved ones and everything, family obviously, and friends, co-workers, not really co-workers, it's a family-owned business, so family. But yeah, this is the community, and I'm just glad that we're all able to still come together. And even though it's a fight, people look at MMA as a big violent thing. It's not. It's a lot of love that's involved. And here's my invite. So Jacob, after the fight, if you're down, I'm down. Let's get some burritos down the street at the Kezar. I'll share a beer with you as well. Win or lose, I respect you and your team. So good luck, train hard, and let's have fun, bro.
That's awesome. Class act. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for more information about this upcoming fight card, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. This event is a live stream pay-per-view nationwide. So if you can't make it to Kezar Pavilion on August 28th, make sure you guys order your pay-per-view voucher from DragonHouseMMA.com. Please subscribe our YouTube channel. Give us some love and support. Also follow me on Dragon_House_MMA on Instagram. Here we go. Yes, and here we go. We have another OG. Ricky Abdelaziz.
Ricky Abdelaziz. Ricky_Abdelaziz.
Yes, making sure we have all the OG here. Let's get all the MMA fight fans united once again. We haven't had any events for a year and a half. I want to see all the fight fans out there coming out in Kezar, get a beer, have some fun. We'll see you guys out there. And then don't forget, after this event, the next one, the last one for the year, November 13th, 2021. It's a huge celebration event for Dragon House existing for 25 years in San Francisco. We put on a very special event for another epic fight card for you guys. So that's it, Ricky.
I'm going to be on that card as well, guys.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Ricky, good to have you on board. Thank you, brother. Signing out.